Danielle and Louie, you probably need to be up there with Chris. And then we'll open, first of all, we'll open the floor to Restoration Advisory Board members for question and answer on general, what was, you can see now, it was a general sort of panoramic update of everything in the last 60 to 90 days we've done on the base. So I open the floor to questions from the RAD members. Or comments? Yes. Yeah.
Building 461 showed the sampling going around the building rather than going into the building. Other figures showed sampling inside buildings. Why not sample in 461? It's an empty building. That's for RAD.
So the way that we do radiological surveys of the buildings is slightly different than the way we do soil. So we use a different type of detector. We use an alpha and beta detector inside the buildings. So they basically take the detector and they scan it, and they do what we call statics. So they do a scan, and in addition to that, they find random points within the building where they place the detector for 2 minutes, record the readings, and take that measurement. And so that serves basically the same purpose that a soil sample would on the outside. So it has to do with the material that you're surveying. We have to adjust the, basically adjust the survey according to what material we're surveying.
But you surveyed inside Building 99. Why not survey?
Building 99 is not a RAD impacted building, and we have not surveyed inside Building 99.
There's dots over Building 99 in the figure.
Which figure are you talking about?
It's got dots. Therefore, it was surveyed for RAD.
This is
Building 99.
this is not Building 99. I want to pull up the slide. It's here. I'll go back. So this is just a shed that I think somebody is using. We have some of the city uses this area as a laydown area. So we have building 342, 342, and 343. I think building 99 is
I know what those are.
corner.
Yeah, they're open. They're open. They have no walls.
No, they're shut. They are shut. They're not in use. They have boarding over them.
But you sampled in them.
We did not. No, these sampling points are all outside of the building.
No, not there. The other one.
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, I think that's an overhang. I think.
Yeah, but it's north of the old collection spot for. It has the big ramp where the dump trucks came along and pushed the trash into it. Correct? Because below that is the storage area that the rental place.
Well, yeah, so there's people using it currently in this area.
So
but this was
the area
the storage
up there has open sides.
Yeah.
So you could go under those and sample. So
Yes.
That's why that. All right. All right. And then the stormwater figures, as was explained earlier, there is a concrete lined ditch that is open. There's a pump station at one end, and water is pumped up out of the underground stormwater line into the ditch down to outfall. It's not shown on some of these figures, but it is shown on another figure. So is it or is it not going to be surveyed that underground pipe and the ditch?
That's part of a separate project. So let's, can you go the first slide with the whole map? Yes. So what Dale is talking about is there is a stormwater line that goes from here and it goes to an outfall over here. So we talked about this during the RAD tour. It's actually not part of this project because we found later that there was a wood stave pipe that was used during Navy operations. We have, however, radiologically surveyed the surface of that, but that was part of a separate project that we did last year. So when you saw the swale on the top, you said where the storm water was pumped up to the top, and then it was, so we did a radiological survey of the surface, last year, and I talked about that then, but we're going to go do more work over there, and we're going to actually take out that whole section. So we'll probably talk about that in the future, but that's not part of the work that we just...
I don't recall it being part of 233 either.
It's related to Building 233. The reason we're investigating it is because it is downstream of 233. So we're investigating all storm and sewer lines that are downstream of Building 233 in case that any material was disposed of in the storm or the sewer system.
So it's going to be a new project?
Yes.
That's the project we talked about.
But it's not part of the work project for 233, and it's not part of the work project for radiation in the stormwater lines.
Correct.
Are you just going to look at it and say, oh, this is cool, and
It's a separate project.
It's a separate project. We talked about that, remember? That's,
you didn't talk about, you implied it was in some kind of stormwater
Oh, okay.
program. and
Completely
it's not
separate
this one.
project.
It's a completely separate project. The work plan will be coming out in September, and then we're hoping to begin field work this November. A separate project manager, that will be Tony Conzen.
Okay.
Tony will be heading up that project. And that will be known as the Historic Avenue N, I believe, storm line.
Correct. Yep.
That's what it will be known as. Historic because, again, wooden stave pipe.